Good morning, everybody on stream on YouTube and everybody on Discord. Good morning. I feel better after having 1.5 cups of coffee. I fortunately got a little bit left. It's okay. We are live on YouTube, and I thank you for joining me. This is about IVAO this morning. So I know some of you have tried it out. How did you find it?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Okay.
Small difficulties.
Small difficulties, yeah, but you
Yeah.
you have challenges.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll discuss that later then, because it would be good to give feedback to the guys because of your situation.
Yeah. I'm following along.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so first of all, IVAO. What is IVAO? For the guys that do not know, and obviously we're going to have thousands of people watch this video later, which is cool and well and good, but let's start from the beginning. IVAO is the International Virtual Aviation Organization. Very similar to VATSIM. I think that's a fair comparison to make, but it's got its own identity. It's got its own way of doing things, and it's got its own client, own servers, own everything. So it's a completely separate network at this point in time, and it's just an alternative to VATSIM. We are in a fortunate position where I know a lot of the people, and also I was able to secure proper training facilities, which is something we're going to work through today. So they've graciously said that they will provide ATC. We did discuss a very brief, small technical problem. So to make things easier, there is, as far as it's concerned right now, at this very moment that I'm speaking to you, there will not be different ATC stations. You will have one guy covering the whole of Johannesburg and the whole area of airspace up to a certain point where the Cape Town guy takes over. Okay. Um, there is apparently a little bit of difficulty switching between the frequencies. IVAO last Saturday introduced their new voice client, and to eliminate hiccups and just make it easier, I think that was a good call to make. So we're just going to have two different guys who will then take you from clearance delivery, ground, tower, departure, center. On the other side, you'll have your approach, tower, and ground.
Yeah,
Okay,
that sounds good.
all right. Krista, you're broadcasting.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I can hear myself. You're echoing. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm just warning you. Just give you an heads up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what we want to just quickly show the guys who are unfamiliar with it is this is obviously the website. I'm just going to bring it a little bit down. So it's www.ivao.aero that you can actually go to, and you can register here at the top. I've already logged in, but there will be a register button for you. It's quick and easy to register, and you will obviously get your own unique ID. Did you guys that newly registered, did you also get two different passwords, one for the network and one for the websites?
That's
Yes,
right,
sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
got one.
Okay. Because they used to do that, so I see they're still doing that then. Okay. I know there was an issue earlier and they had to split the two. So as far as I know, VATSIM also works that way now. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. All right. What is nice for me about IVAO, I'm just going to speak with you quickly about a couple of personal experiences. VATSIM also has events, fair enough. But what these guys have that VATSIM does not have is your tours, where you can actually go and do different world tours and things. Where did I find that now? It was over there. And you've got various divisional tours, so you can have a UK tour. One will be IFR, one will be VFR, and they'll give you certain things. Criteria that you can only use a single prop or a twin prop or a turbine or a jet of a certain magnitude versus not. So I find that nice. It keeps you busy. If you do a world tour or the Formula One tour or one of these things, it keeps you busy for months. You know, so if you need a purpose to fly, these guys give it to you, and at the end of the day, you get a little ribbon or a badge, you know, in recognition that you actually achieved your goal. So it's not like you're doing it for no reason. You're not going to get a ranking system. It's not like a virtual airline, you know, but you can fly your virtual airline on, you know, the tour, so you can do two things at the same time as well. What is nice about the automation for me also is if you don't use it for like 3 months, you actually get suspended, but they don't cancel your account, and you can just log into your own account and you can quickly press the button and get yourself reactivated and flying in minutes. So in a nutshell, very similar to what the guys have on VATSIM. There will be ATC sometimes and sometimes not. There will be certain etiquette. I think most networks strive to fly according to air law. They want certain procedures in place. You know, and then you just got to learn the procedures that goes with it. So that in a nutshell is just the background information. Right. One of the things that I talked about briefly was the new client. This is the new altitude client. I will connect later and we'll discuss that a little bit more, and we'll run through using it without ATC and using it with ATC. All right. Using it with text, using it with voice, all of those things are provided. So I'm going to move that screen out of the way and I'm going to get my explain going. Right, what I need to see is this one. That's the one we want. Don't want engines running. I'm going to go to FAOR. Alright, so I'm going to fly the same flight that you guys are going to fly later on. And hopefully you guys can pick up some tips. And I think what you need to do is also make notes and then ask a lot of questions. You know, let's make it a nice interactive situation here, not just me talking the whole time. If you guys don't mind, please. Hello, Nors. Good morning. Are you guys okay with a brief introduction? I mean, I can go in much more depth, but I think you guys here know more. Just not see if you want me to add something to the other new guys.
Oh, it's very good.
Okay.
Short of going through every single step of how to get the client installed and looking at the website and then the plugin and all that good stuff, seems great so far.
Okay.
Could you mention about? Sorry, could you mention about Unicom, Nico? About voice on Unicom? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can tell you. Voice on Unicom is not supported like with VATSIM currently. That will be in one of the next phases because IVAO is rolling everything out in phases. Right. So the first thing was to get the new codec in place, the new voice system, so that you have your VHF distortion and things like that. Okay, and range limits and things. So one of the next stages, not sure if it will be the very next stage or one thereafter, they will introduce voice Unicom. In the client, there is a little voice box, which I will show you once we are connected and everything is in place, where you can type your intentions. And strangely enough, I think the guys on IVAO are more diligent with that than what I find in general on VATSIM. VATSIM, the guys don't really care too much for it, but my experience is on IVAO the guys are more diligent. So you have to type your intentions on Unicom, and obviously if you don't want to use your voice to speak to the ATC, you're going to type your intentions. Then if there are no ATCs available, you can use the automatic Unicom facility, which I will also show you just now, and we'll discuss that as we get there, because then there's obviously a different way of talking to the ATC than there is to just broadcast your intentions, and you guys need to know the difference between that as well. All right, so we'll discuss that when we get there. While we're waiting for the sim to load, I just quickly want to show you guys this as well. This is what is called the IVAO WebEye. So if you Google IVAO WebEye, you're going to get this map, and it's like VATSPY basically, so it will show you all the aircraft and the ATCs and stuff that are online. If you actually log in with your VID into the network, you can actually get more information, on just by clicking on somebody, and there's certain things that they don't give when you're not logged in. So anyway, there you can actually see, because of GDPR and all these other new privacy laws and things, these guys do not broadcast names unless you specifically give permission to them to do so. And so all of these things are taken into account on the map, and this is obviously South Africa here at the bottom, and where we are going to spend our day today. So Johannesburg right there, Cape Town right there. It's about 650 nautical miles straight as the crow flies. So about 1 hour, 40 minutes, depending on the winds. Air time, block time is about 2 hours, 10 minutes for the flight, and that should give us enough time to sit and discuss a couple of things and see what's happening and so on. Right, I see we have a couple of guys on stream. Good morning, Anthony, JPF1, good morning. Noz, it's a long story. The guys are brilliant, helping us out, and we are going to enjoy just flying with them. Then Aviator, good morning. And Stephen, also, good day, mate. Lekker man, lekker. So here we are, just waiting. I did fiddle with the sceneries and updates and stuff. This morning, for those of you that were with me on Twitch when I did that quick test flight for Zibo, I've decided not to use that version of my X-Plane. I want to go back to what was previously called my Beta X-Plane. So I had to set up a few things to get this one working again. One of the strange things I have is I cannot take screenshots in the other version for some reason. So I'm really feeling in my heart it's time to just delete that whole X-Plane, make a copy of this one, and then starting from scratch again, so that I keep my 2 copies, which is important when I do testing and when there's beta versions and things. So, but strange enough, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, where the one will take perfectly good screenshots, the other one just refuses, just doesn't work.
Rarely use it, seldom.
I like my screenshots, Krister. When I fly, I take like 1,000 screenshots.
My.
I don't keep all of them, but at one point in time when I'm bored, I go and sift through them, and I like to make and keep good, desktop wallpapers for myself.
Yeah, that's of course.
Yeah.
Don't go complaining that you've run out of hard drive space then if you keep taking pictures.
No, never. No, it's never that much. It's never that much. Aviator, I'm running the final version. Yes, it's R3 that just became final official. I've been running it since it came out. I don't have any issues with it. It seems to work. Right, so let me get to my roster quickly, because that's where the flight plan is. Alright, and for information, guys, I'm going to be using the beta, the non-public beta of the Zibo. This is the latest one that I received overnight from Zibo. So it's 12C, and we can use this as another test flight for Zibo. He is currently concerned about top of descent and the VNAV path. So we'll use this one as a test flight for him as well, and he can see if he needs to change anything. Right, let's just get going normally, and what I will do is I will interweave the IVAO things as we get to them, and then you guys see how they all fit in together. Stephen, I'm going to fly Mango, Tolka 810. That should bring back a lot of memories to you, sir. Right, let's have a look, see that we have everything we need. Change our livery there quickly. And there we go. We have Skymatics all over. Right, the extra little people with their little bus, their little, whatever you call that thing, right? Little van. And there's good old Uncle John. Uncle John, I see your business is going strong here in South Africa.
It's unbelievable the way it's going.
Right, so I just want to quickly run through a couple of the settings here, just make sure that nothing changed, because now I haven't flown this in a day or two, this version. Right, VNAV alt is in. Sorry to keep you guys waiting, but I really need to just make sure that nothing goes wrong unexpectedly.
No worries, Nico.
Uncle John,
Yes. Yes, sir.
read your message there on the chat in the stream.
Thanks for the thumbs up. I'll get that sorted. Thank you, Stephen. We will need to sit down and run the numbers though first.
Oh, you're a hard businessman, eh? You just don't take it easy. I suppose when money is involved, you've got to be, eh?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me just get the actual position sorted as well. And we'll quickly run through the planning and show you guys what is needed. Right, okay, let's just park it off there. Let's go to STKP. Alright, so this is highly irrelevant, but I'm going to mention it anyway. We all have places and sources where we get our flight plans from. In South Africa, it happens to be the Air Traffic Navigational Services, ATNS, that provides our routes for us. So the one that I published under this video, if you go to the show more description part of the video, you'll see there's a route planned. It's also the one I'm going to use. Now this comes from ATNS. So this is the official recognized route that the airliners fly from Johannesburg to Cape Town, guys. So it can't get more official than that. So let's go look at our winds now. Hello Day Day, good morning. Alright, so our current active runway for takeoff will be 3 left this side in Cape Town. Runway 01 should be fine, 100%, right, 01. Rosario, no, I gave up my dream of flying many years ago. It was going well and all, and then I had to make a choice between family and my flying career, and the family one. So just to make a long story short, and because of my experience and because of what, you know, still in my heart, you know, the flight simulator became the next best thing, you know, and I just continue with it, and obviously help people who are in similar positions to just achieve something that they've always wanted but never been able to. Right, I just realized I don't have to make it like that. It's so small like that, it's actually running in the background. Alright, so we're going to use 3 left this side, and we're going to use 01 in Cape Town, so we can actually do our planning now. And by the way, I remembered to update my sim brief, so I hope it's taken and that it will, you know, move through to the side as well. Right, just a quick heads up, guys. FAOR, the designator, the current designator for Johannesburg, used to belong to a little airfield, I think it was just above a grass strip, maybe a tar road kind of a thing in the middle of the bush, called Olifants River Bridge landing strip. Okay, it was somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And when our government decided that they will not use people's names for naming conventions for the airports in South Africa, it went from Jan Smuts International to Johannesburg International, and then one day some guy somewhere just decided, oh no, we want to call it Oliver Tambo, and that's when they went and they took the name FAOR away from Olifants River Bridge, gave it the site. But it's caused a massive consternation in the rest of the aviation industry, and as you can see, this particular database has just never been updated, so don't let it put you off. Just use it. It's FAOR, finish and let it be done with. Okay, so just if you were wondering why it's not showing Johannesburg, short history lesson there. Fact, it's Cape Town, so we're going to use the Mango one today. Mango's call sign is Tolka. I can't remember exactly what it stands for. It was something like maybe let me rather not say it. I'm just going to make a fool of myself. But it was about the low-cost airline, and that's where the Tolka thing came from. If it comes back to me, I'll tell you. It was an interesting one. Okay, so the guys here fly at the cost index of 20, by the way. So if you guys are curious about that, that's what we're going to use. Alright, I have not checked the actual flight level. Good morning, good morning. Let's...
320.
Is that the best one, Uncle John?
That's the one, the best I could see.
Alright, let's see. What, you flew like an hour ago already. Let's see what's happened. FACT. Just putting it into active sky quickly. 320. Refresh. That's a good one, Uncle John. That's really a good one there. I'm going to quickly try 36. Let's just see what it says about 36. Alright, 320 it will be. Let's stick to that. It's got the more favorable winds. It's not the end of the world. It's like 7 knots, but so what? Okay, we'll stick to 320. Okay, let me just kill this quickly. I shall be back. Let me just sign in here. Guys, the reason I'm taking a little bit more time and just showing you all the planning and everything is because we're going to export the route directly from STKP for the guys that has it. It's just so much easier because what happens now with the new client and the new way that IVAO works is you've got to pre-file your flight plan on the website. Alright, so this is why we're doing it this way, if you were wondering.
Nico, I believe the STKP are able to export the flight plan as an IVAO format.
Yes, yeah. In the old days when they had IVAP, it was used that way. But what they do now is it actually exports directly to the website. You'll see just now. I'm going to show you. Alright, while we are doing this, let me just do the little Navmap one as well. And for those of you who are not familiar with it, let me show you again. So I've copied that flight plan. So if we go to little Navmap flight plan and we go to new flight plan from a route description, we can actually paste it in there. We just need to remove the runways. It doesn't like the runways for some reason. And then we read the route description and we create the flight plan. This will give us the map. We can then zoom into a level that is suitable for our purposes, you know, the way we want it. Something like that, and then you go to File, Save Map as Image for Avitab. And there you will need to go to your Explain folder, Resources, Plugins, Avitab, and then you need to look for Map Tiles. In Map Tiles, Metacore, because this doesn't only save a PNG, it actually also saves a JSON file for you, so that the aircraft is trackable on it. So that takes care of that. We can kill. Yes, we want to leave. We don't need here. I think we exported this one. Yes, we did. Then let's go there. 32,000. Blank your Uncle John. Factor packs. This aircraft is always full, so we're gonna go for 189. We don't carry any baggage. Sorry, we've got the baggage but not any cargo. That's fine, so let's generate our flight plan. And there you have it. Alright. Right, now when we are on this screen, I'm just going to make it a bit smaller again. You'll see here at the top in STKP flight controls. Under flight controls, here you can pre-file for VATSIM, IVAO, POSCON, Pilot Edge. You understand, there's a whole bunch of things we can do. So we're going to click on pre-file IVAO. And that brings us to this page. So you see it populates everything for you. The only thing that I see that sometimes need a bit of attention is just the time. Now that's obviously Zulu time, which means it is estimating that we will be leaving in about 20 minutes, which is about, I think that we need a little bit more. So let's just make that, I think 25. Alright, so this will obviously give the controller an estimated idea when you're going to start the action. So he's ready for you. Right.
Nico,
Yes.
can I just mention one thing which
Please.
a couple of the lads did have a problem with the other day?
Yes, please.
The your call sign at the top of your flight plan there,
Yes.
which is your Mango 810.
Yes.
When you actually sign into IVAO,
Yes.
you must make sure that call sign is the same in there as it is here.
Yes. Thank you very much. You know, I appreciate it so much because in my mind that's like a no-brainer because I've done it so many thousands of times. So I apologize and I thank you because that's the exactly kind of reason why we are here. You guys need to pay attention to that. So thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
All right. So what he's saying, to recap, is that call sign needs to be the one that you sign in with. I will show you that just now. Alright, so the easy way to make sure it's the same one is just right click and copy. I mean, it can't get easier like that. So now you know you won't be making a spelling mistake or something. Alright, we've set the time, the rest is much of a muchness. All we do is we now submit the flight plan. Alright, what you need to do, this one never happened the way we intended it to happen. So I'm going to just archive that one to get it out of the way, leaving us with only this one. So you can actually go back, you can edit it, you can export it. Alright, as we discussed earlier, it's also available, and then when you're done you just archive it. A good thing to do when you are done or when you don't have use for a flight plan anymore is to just go and archive the thing. You can always go back you know, and find it. One of the things you will also have to do as a matter of interest is you're going to have to just go to your aircraft hangar and you are going to have to set up an airframe for yourself. Alright, it's not rocket science. All you need to do is put a couple of bits of information in there, and there you go. You just save it, and obviously that will you know, become part of your flight plan and all. In actual fact, now that I think about it, I think I need to update this, the Zibo stuff. I actually got one of the real world carriers details the other day, so I don't have it handy right now. We'll worry about that later. So anyway, your flight plan, you have got upcoming flight plans and also the archived flight plans. These are all the archived flight plans. You can obviously scroll through them. So it's a nice little feature that you have. Once you are done with this, you can close it and then we can continue. So to recap, click on flight controls, pre-file on IVAO, it opens the browser, you do what you need to do, save it, and you should be basically ready to connect. So to connect, this is the next step. Make sure that you have your local IP address. That's 127.0.0.1 needs to be in there. And your authorization key, don't change this. If it comes like this, leave it. It's all we need. Then you're going to basically connect. This is the actual client, and this is where it now becomes important to make sure you've got the right call sign. So at the top there, you need to have the one that's on your flight plan, and then you need to also, if you want to, you know, change your livery, the way the other guys see you, you know, you need to go and find the appropriate one. Let's see if they've got Mango. Yeah, there's Mango. There's Mango. So depending on what you select here, this is what the other guys will see. Alright, your VID and password is a no-brainer. Your real name needs to be in there. Okay. And then you just click on connect. So what happens is here at the top you can immediately see it ties together, it marries your flight plan from the website. It also then puts it in here. If you click on it, you will get all the detail that you need to see, to have. Alright. Your current transponder is set there. You can actually put it on you can't anymore. They've actually changed it. That's brilliant. So you have to run your transponder here from this switch. So if you're going to flick that over, It's going to moan at us, by the way. There, you'll see it's now on TX is showing. Let me just move it semi like that so I don't lose it. And if we switch it off, it's now on standby again. So the general rule of thumb that the guys suggest is don't switch it on until you're ready to get onto the runway. I know VATSIM is simulating ground radar at various large airports, so I'm not sure exactly how IVAO will do it. They'll probably tell you if you need to switch it on to simulate ground radar operations and stuff. But the general rule of thumb is to keep that one on standby until you're ready to get on to the runway. When the guys ask you to squawk ident, you basically just press that button. Alright, and that button will then highlight you a little bit on their radar screens if you were wondering what that is about. Alright, this little, yeah.
One more small thing, Nico, is the volume control. If they find it too loud.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll talk about that just now. Let's just go back one line because I actually skipped this line, in my haste. So let's slow it down a bit and then we'll get there. You need to broadcast all your intentions on Unicom. Now, if you do not have an air traffic controller online, you need to be on 122.8. That's Unicom. And you need to broadcast your intentions. So it's your choice whether you want to go and type a whole story. Alright, or you can use this automatic Unicom, and this is what I'm going to use unless there is ATC, and you can then set your flight, in the area of the flight where you are, the phase of the flight, and you fill in the blanks, and it will then create the script for you, and to transmit that you just click on send. Right, so I'm going to show that to you guys this morning. We're going to use that as the tool to just make it easier for you guys to use it. Now, I don't know of any other network that's got this facility. This is brilliant. It just helps the new guys so much. Instead of having to go and think what you need to say and then type everything in here. Now, the difference comes in, let's say there is an air traffic controller online. You can't send him that stuff because that's generic. That doesn't help. Okay, so if there is an air traffic controller, you're physically going to have to type your story to him. So you have to have a conversation with him. It's not just a broadcast. This is a two-way conversation. So you have to type English comprehensible phrases and things in there, as a real pilot would do to speak to the air traffic controller. One of the things that you can do is you should be able to copy and paste. Alright, so instead of retyping everything the guy tells you, there are certain portions that you can copy. Just make sure you don't copy nonsense, something that shouldn't be part of your transmission. There's no point in doing that. So that comes with experience. You'll pick up on that as that happens. Right. So we said Unicom already is 122.8. You can tune frequencies by simply clicking on it. If the ATC guys are online, you will see all the ATC frequencies and their names listed in this list, and to change to them you simply click on the actual name or frequency of the person. Alright, and as Reggie was saying, that is your volume button. So you can scroll it with your mouse wheel. It is extremely loud if you do not bring it down. Okay, depending on, I suppose, your computer system, but for me, I need to run it somewhere there, otherwise it just blasts you. It's very loud. It's something that you need to take into account. When you receive information, that light should go on. When you transmit, that light should go on, and it should give you some indication that you are actually interacting, okay, with the audio. Right, that is your COM2. Same story goes there. I don't particularly use COM2 actually, but it is there if you really need to make use of it. Right, so our status says online. ATCs, there's another way of finding them. You can click on ATC, get the list. If you receive a private message, it will go in here, and you can then talk privately to whomever you want to talk to via this facility settings. This is basically where you set up your push-to-talk keys and the audio that you're going to use. And then you have a separate TCAS. This is a nice thing that IVAO has always had. So we don't need it anymore. It actually is integrated in the Zibo, but it is an additional. Let's say you're flying a prop aircraft without TCAS, you can actually have it. Right, and then over here we have the ATIS facility. There is no ATIS being broadcast, so we can't use that at this point in time. But if you had an ATC guy on here and he was broadcasting ATIS, you would get that there. I just want to check something. RWX, or what was it? That wasn't RWX, no man, it was let's use METAR, FAOR. There you go. There's another way of getting weather. So you just type in .METAR, the word full stop with the word METAR. You put in your ICAO and it will actually give that to you. So if you quickly just want to see what the weather is doing on the other side or wherever, you know, that's a quick way of doing that. Any questions?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
But in
Speaking of-
VATSIM, you also can type in a message
Yes.
.ATIS, and you get VATSIM.
ATIS, yes. But you can also type .METAR and you'll also get the METAR there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my pet hates of all the networks, is the guys who disregard the weather in the network and they go check it on an external source when it's so easy. You just type in .METAR in the code and you get it. Then at least you know what's happening in your simulator. So it's not like flying to Mars and having a different weather system. But anyway. Okay. Let me take another sip of my coffee. Wake up a little bit.
Well, you mentioned the weather there, Nico.
Yes.
And for people with active sky, how would you have that set to get the weather in the simulator that's appropriate? I know that if you're on VATSIM, you set VATSIM weather in active sky and it pipes it all through. So how would it be done in this case?
There is no setting for IVAO weather in the client or in active sky. So as far as I know, at this point in time, as we are looking at it, and I'm speaking under correction, but there is no weather information physically being pumped into the simulator other than what active sky would do. So what I would do is I would untick the box for VATSIM weather, and that's a very good idea to actually check it now while we're thinking about it. Let's quickly go to options, general options, VATSIM online weather. Okay, so it's not ticked, Paul.
Okay.
All right, that's the best advice I have at this point in time. And then Active Sky will just bring everything, and this probably reads from your .rwx file that confused me earlier. You know, that Active Sky outputs. That's probably where this weather comes from.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay. Good morning, Cor. Welcome. Alright, let's continue setting up the aircraft. I think most people are bored out of their skull waiting to continue already. Ah, there's, I think that's Captain Stevie over there. A couple of guys are connected. Wonderful. There's Kalula as well. Another guy over
That's
there.
me, Nico.
Who, Quintus? Which one? Kalula?
Yeah, I'm the Kulula. Yeah.
Awesome.
You are showing up as Mango on my side.
Yeah, that's what I chose when I connected. I just didn't choose a Mango livery in Sim, but yeah, that is what I chose. Right, I don't think we can see it over here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There you see MN0810. That's Mango Tolka. Right, what else?
What is the Kulula call sign again? It's Comair,
Yeah.
Comair, isn't it?
Yeah, officially and registered with ICAO, it's commercial, but nobody uses it. I've never heard anybody on the radio in South Africa say it's commercial 123 flying, and they all say come here.
Okay, great stuff.
Unless they changed it in the last 6 months again, who knows. But that's my experience from many years. Right, so let's get our loading done. Right, the thing that really scares me is Simbrief chose Windhoek as my alternate. I mean, why in the world would you do that? But anyway, I forgot to specify, and I'm not going to rerun this OFP. My goodness.
It should be George, shouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah, George is always number one. One morning we flew from Lanseria, real world now. We flew down to Cape Town. Before we took off, we were delayed like 45 minutes already, or half an hour at least, because the mist was too bad in Cape Town and the ILS wasn't serviceable. It seems to be a regular occurrence now, for whatever reason. We were sitting there waiting. Eventually the captain said, you know what, it's getting late, we need to go. We'll just hang around. So we got to ERDAS, one of these waypoints in our flight plan here today. We held at ERDAS for 45 minutes. The mist, after an hour and a half's flight getting there, the mist still wasn't allowing us to land. George was full, it was packed. PE was the only one with like 2 slots open. Langebaanweg was completely filled up. Some of the international guys actually diverted to Johannesburg, and we were lucky to get one of the slots at PE. And we sat at PE for like 2 hours in that aircraft. No APU, no air conditioning, nothing. And that captain was walking up and down outside, losing it. Because now what to do. And eventually we got back. It was an awesome flight, but we saw more of the country than ever before. But yeah, that's the order in which it should happen. In actual fact, let's just see how much we can throw to the back already. If it's the wrong way around, we shall come and fix it. Right, we shall see later on. Okay, let's step through the route. Why is that projecting back? Let's go and check this. Arrival. ILS 01. Execute. There we go, that's fixed. Right, so I just had to recycle my approach page as well. And then we're going to have vectors there at the end. Looks good to me.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Yeah. 1031. Now QNH there. Wow, what will our reserves be now? You know, Windhoek is about the same distance as Joburg is. They might as well have just used Joburg as the alternate again. That's almost the same. So our reserves, believe it or not, is 5,800. That's crazy. Anyway, in the real world, believe it or not, the guys put in 9 tons. When they take off here in Joburg side, they put in 9 tons. 20.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
Ah,
Sasso.
so
Hello, Sasso. Welcome, sir.
how is it going?
All good, thank you. How are you doing?
All good. Finished yesterday, so I have a couple of days off now.
Excellent.
Actually, enjoying the weekend, I have to say.
Okay.
Did you manage, Nico, to do that that test at the end?
No, sir. So Zibo actually changed the whole plan. He actually gave me routes he wanted me to fly, so I've done that for him. But your plan is still on standby. You know, because of interaction on the forum and what happened there, and then him having to rewrite the VNAV descent code, he's given me a specific route from Las Vegas to Phoenix to fly for him, which I've done a few times now. So,
okay.
Yeah. Apparently, there was an issue with the top of descent and the VNAV path that he had to sort out first. So we've kind of gone on a tangent now, a different route. We'll come back to the other test a little later.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So this morning, look at me. This morning I'm quickly showing the guys how to get onto IVAO, and we're just talking through the whole process now, and obviously we're doing the whole prep of the aircraft and stuff, just to put you in the picture.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Sasso.
Good morning.
Sir, your input is invaluable to this group. Please continue to come and visit us and help us out occasionally.
Oh no, I will do my best to be present. When I am around, then I'm not flying, of course, and I have a little bit of time free. I'm always around Discord, so if I saw that there is something going on, I just jump in, at least to say hi.
We appreciate your input.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
No, you're talking nonsense. It's only 2, it's 1, 3, 2, 0. Wow. Yeah. Right. Okay. In South Africa, guys, just FYI, 2000 is squawking VFR, so just don't be on squawk 2000 when you're flying a Boeing, please, on IFR rules. That's just a South African thing, so just turn it to any other number. Almost forgot to tell you that. I think in the UK it's 7,000 and in the US it's 1,200, just to put you in the picture with that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So at what stage would you say it'd be best to ask for clearance?
Believe it or not, it's like a two-edged sword, right? Because they can change your SID and star. So I would say not too far in the future. It would actually, to be quite honest, I think clearance is valid for 30 minutes. So I would actually ask it before I even put the departure in. Because otherwise, if I do it right now and they give me a different departure, I have to go back and change it, which is not the end of the world, but don't wait too long. Rather do it sooner rather than later, Paul.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, I do the same, Paul. When I get to the departure page, that's when I ask for clearance before I put anything in.
Yeah, because that can muck up the thing a little bit for you, you know, and if you get flustered right there, it's going to be difficult to get back, you know.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
And if I can add something, Nico,
Yes.
that's a big threat actually in real life, in the real job. That sometimes for many reasons you go with one runway, so you start to select or even if you didn't receive the clearance, because there are some airports that give you the clearance while you are on stand, and some airports, smaller airports, that give you the clearance only when you complete the pushback. That's just because they are too small and they have to coordinate with the upper sectors. But anyway, the major threat that you can see flying the Zibo is that if you select, I don't know, for instance, runway, let's say 01 with departure XYZ, whatever, and then for any reason the ATC change your runway and you already selected the speed for takeoff, the speed will be deleted.
Yes.
And there has been a number of accidents because pilots went into the runway, started the takeoff roll without having the speed displayed because of a runway change.
Yeah. Wow, that is awesome information. Thank you, Sasa.
Welcome. So just to let you know how easy it is, because the famous takeoff config warning, which I remember we talked about this a couple of times ago.
Yes.
It doesn't take in account the V speed selected.
Gotcha.
So even if on the PFD there is no V speed, the takeoff warning, providing that everything else is correct, will not sound.
I'm with you. Yeah, that's life-threateningly dangerous. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, gentlemen, I've started my APU, so I'm about 10 minutes away from push. How are you guys doing for time?
I'm ready for push now, just about.
All right, okay.
Just came in, so I didn't do anything.
All right, okay. Quintus?
Yes.
I'm going to push back with my tail towards you because I want to take this little slipway here right next to me. So I don't want to use the apron to taxi. What I'm literally going to do is push back towards you, and then I'm just going to go straight and right here to get onto the taxiway. I don't have a map in front of me. I don't know what this designator is here, but I hope you understand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll tell you before I do it anyway. I just wanted to coordinate with you quick.
All right, Captain, got the directions. So let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Right, so we'll leave it there. We can actually start closing the doors now. And then I'm going to show you the next phase in the client. Yes, sir?
Sorry, your the star. Do you mind just quickly showing what you've got?
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't show the star.
Because that Mine doesn't look right.
Okay, well, I'm using ERDAS. Let's just go to the FMC. It's the easiest way to show you there, man. Arrival. What you need to do is you need to cycle the ILS. Quintus, mine also didn't look right. So you've got ERDAS 1 alpha, and you cycle ILS. So in other words, deselect the ILS 01, reselect it, and then execute it, and then that funny little line goes away.
Okay, I'll try that quickly.
Alright, guys, we have the Executive Director of IVAO watching the stream with us. I've just said thank you. So, we're being watched. You guys better behave.
I have a question, Mr. Nico.
Go for it.
In your fact arrivals FMC,
Yes.
You haven't clicked the CTV transition.
No, we don't use it.
You don't use it?
Negative,
No.
yeah, not at all, not at all. I've never ever seen anybody use it. It's there, I think, maybe as a fail-safe, but definitely, not used really.
Okay, thank you.
No worries, no worries. Okay, let me just call this beta Pushback while we are talking about him. Let's get him here. Let's get rid of all the other ground services, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the client and setting it up. Lekker, I see Denton, I see.
Tower's on, eh?
Ah, yeah, I see.
Johannesburg Tower, Springbok 7527 with you, just doing pushback.
Operation complete. Jet parking brake.
I read you 5-5 there in the air, Jordan Tower.
Guys, can we go to Skymatics live on air, because then we don't have to listen to each other, if you don't mind.
Affirmative.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, 5 past 10's inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Okay, can you guys hear me here in the channel in Discord?
Affirmative.
Alright.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Thank you, guys. Anthony, WebEye only shows you once you are in the air. Alright, so I've put up a push to talk for myself here for Discord, and I've obviously got the push to talk for IVAO now. So guys, I'm going to try remember to push the buttons. I'll repeat myself if I forget. So if you don't hear something, shout. Right, so coming back to the client, having ATC kind of now mutes this facility, but guys, I'm still going to talk quickly about this auto Unicom thing, even though I'm not going to use it, just to show you basic operation of it. Okay, so what you will see is this little widget picks up on your flight plan, so it knows we are at FAOR. The reason I went outside is to actually check my gate, and I see I'm on Bravo 8. So there I've just typed Bravo 8. Now I need my map because now I need to. What's that? Oh, it's because I pressed the control button. Right, so I'm going to zoom in quickly. Okay, I don't see any designators or anything here. Let's go to Navicraft then. So if I look on Navicraft, that little taxiway is Foxtrot, and then we're going to use Alpha. Foxtrot, Alpha, and then we're going to hold over here. Not sure what that holding point would be. Right, so what we're going to do, so we're going to type in Foxtrot and Alpha.
But Nico, I can see on the map you have an ATC on tower.
I know, but I'm not going to broadcast this. I'm just showing the guys. Remember?
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So we have 03 left designated, and then we're going to go down to 03. And we're going to select L for left. That's left, center, and right. So we're going to use left. The SID, obviously, we can pick up from our OFP or some toolkit. Alright, so I've typed in the basics. So what then happens is, if there were no ATC, I would basically click on send when I'm ready to push back and to get going, right? When I'm ready to taxi, you will see it automatically creates the script for me. Again, I'm just going to press the send button, and then you just move down the line. Alright, so with tower active, we don't care. We're not going to use this, but this is important for me to show you the power of what this thing can do. Hello, Captain Gio. Welcome, Giovanni. So, obviously we're going to skip it, but we'll talk about this a little bit later than when we are in the air.
That is a great feature.
I agree. Tower, good morning. Tolka 810 radio check. And he won't hear me because I'm still on Unicom. Haha, haha. Oops. Okay, so the way to change the frequencies, you're going to click there and you're going to see. Now you can either go and dial it in on your radio, or you can just click there. It automatically changes the radio, you see.
Ready to push and start taking south for Com Air 007.
Okay, Comet 007, just confirm on that QNH 1031.
1031.
Nico, quick question.
Yeah. Yes.
I just lost my internet connection there, and I'm trying to get back onto IVAO, but it won't let me connect because it keeps telling me the call sign is already in use, which is my call sign, of course.
Don't know. Hold on, let me ask. I just need to get the right place to type quickly. Denton, one of the guys lost his communication. You would have heard him. Just typing to you quickly here.
Johannesburg Tower, Com Air 007. Is it possible to push and start facing north as we've already pre-planned it?
Did you plan your departure for runway 2 on the right?
Nope, 03 left, but we would have gone north and then a quick right turn down to 03 left.
Come 007, affirm sir, you can taxi north and then just make a right turn on taxiway Alpha, that is 100% correct.
Roger that, Come 007.
Tower, good morning. Tolka 810, radio check.
Tolka 810, good morning, radio 555.
Good morning, sir. Tolka 810 again, stand Bravo 8. We do not have 8 at this moment, but we're requesting IVAO clearance to Cape Town as filed, and we'll check up on 8 just now.
Just give me a second, I just want to sort something out here. Okay, just confirm your call sign for me.
Tolka 810, Mango.
Okay, Tolka 810, surface winds now at Joburg is 360 at 7 knots, runway 03 left. 310 variable between 040, Cav OK, temperature 20, dew point 04, QNH 1031. Let me just get your flight plan here. Clear to Cape Town asphalt off runway 03 left. To comply with the RAGUL 3 Alpha departure. Initial climb is 8,000 feet. And squawk 2112.
Squawk 2112, initial climb 8,000 feet off runway 03 left, complying RAGUL 3 Alpha departure. Copy QNH 1031 and winds 360 at 7. Thank you, sir. Tolka 810.
Okay, Tolka 810, readback is correct. Just advise me when you're ready for pushback and start.
We'll advise when ready for push and start, Tolka 810.
Okay, Comair 007, when you're finished pushing back, just hold your taxi. I see Springbok 7527 just connected, so I'm going to have a small issue here, but we'll sort it out. Just advise me when you are ready for taxi, so that I can see what this other guy is doing.
Roger, we'll advise when ready for taxi, Come 007.
Okay, Springbok 7527, are you on frequency? Springbok 7527, good morning, Johannesburg Tower, are you on frequency?
Kevin is calling you.
Flight attendants prepare for departure, cross check and all call, thank you.
Joburg Tower, this is
Not
Tolka
getting no message from him,
810.
but it has allowed me to log back in again.
Tolka 810, great.
So he says that he cannot hear you at this point in time. He's trying to re-establish connection with you. Stand by, please.
Okay, when he first connected, or I first connected, I could hear him, but I'll be standing by.
Thank you, sir. Yes, he lost the network connection.
Okay.
Quintus, I will call for pushback once you are away at my back. I don't want to go and block you now, so I'll just take it easy.
Okay.
Come here, 007 Tower.
Come 007.
Come 007, will you be able to taxi straight ahead and then right on taxiway Foxtrot, joining taxiway Alpha to the right?
Yep.
Roger, we can do that. Just give me that taxi route again. Come 007.
Just taxi forward a little bit. You'll see taxiway or taxiway Foxtrot will be going towards your right, and then from there on you can just make a right onto Alpha again.
This one's beplannen.
Taxi to Foxtrot and then right onto Alpha for Comet 000.
Yep, take it up.
Okay. Tower Tulka 810 is ready for push and start after the Comair has taxied past us.
Okay, Tulka 810, roger.
Man, I haven't heard that voice in such a long time. It's so nice to hear that voice again. The ATC guy.
Wanted to say it's so nice to hear a South African accent on ATC again.
Yeah, awesome.
But I do love flying in Europe. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, for sure. Kevin, you're winning. Kevin.
Nico, what the file plan? Is that all UTC times?
All UTC times, always.
Comet 007, ready to taxi. Just want to make sure we're good to go.
Comet 007,
So the departure time is 9:30 now.
we are all waiting upon your high-speed taxi.
Yeah, it's correct. Quintus, met ander woorde, roer jou boude.
Here we go.
Roer jou. Almost forgot about that. 112. Initial altitude will be 8,000. Okay. The rest is perfectly fine. Oh man, I love the Ryanair here in South Africa. Check this guys, there's a Ryanair in South Africa, don't you just love it?
Or correction, Tulka 810, you are going to push back and start facing south, or are you also going to be facing north after pushing back?
So we would like to face north and follow the same route as the Kalula for Foxtrot Alpha down to runway 3 left, Tulka 810.
Okay, Tulka 810, push and start approved, QNH 1031, facing north, report ready for taxi.
Push and start approved, facing north QNH 1031, and we'll tell you when we're ready for taxi.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Right, I'm going.
Nico.
I'm going. Yes.
If my flight time is 2 hours, what is the endurance then?
You need to add an hour extra, so your endurance will then be just add 60 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Why did I do that? Shouldn't do that.
I've put it in 0945 and it says departure time must be in the future.
Hold on.
Okay, Talker 007. You can hold short runway 03 left at holding point Bravo and just advise me when you're ready for departure.
Hold short at runway 03 left, Bravo, holding point Bravo for Com Air 007. We will let you know when we're ready for departure.
Roger, thanks.
Just about done.
Nico, I'll wait for you guys before I go.
Okay, cool. Owen, just add a couple of minutes. Add 20 minutes or something. Make sure that your day of flight, the DOF, day of flight, is actually the right time or right date as such as well. See, this is why I do an export from SimToolkit Pro, because it just puts everything in for me. It's just so much easier.
Yeah, I missed that. I came in late.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, I'll make it later. I'll make it 10 o'clock.
Yeah, good plan.
Nico?
Yes?
Can I just ask why you use the call sign Talker instead of Mango?
That's the registered call sign. I can't remember the exact description of why it's Talker, but it's something about totally ridiculous low-cost airline, and they shorten it to Talker. It's something like that.
Oh, so they know what you mean anyway by either one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If you wiki it quickly, just Google and wiki Mango Airlines, you'll see this. It's recorded there as such as well. Alright, we can then trip you. We are done. 1, 2, 3. JPF1, I have no idea. This is a beta of the Zibo that you guys don't have yet, and I actually noticed it myself, but Zibo's not around. I can't ask him. If he pops up later, I'll ask him. It's the first time I actually see that it does that as well. I don't know. No idea. And where's
Perhaps
Sasa?
can you quick tell me how to export or import in the IVAO file flight plan? The STKP plan?
Yeah, let me bring it on my screen quickly. Watch my screen.
Yeah, I'm watching.
So when you are in your flight summary, at the top you've got flight controls.
Yeah.
If you click on flight controls, there is pre-file on IVAO. The moment you click there, it will open the website for you, populate everything for you, and you just, change the time, add 10 minutes or something, and then click save at the bottom.
Okay.
Hello, Matthew. Just as a matter of interest, guys, I did show it earlier, but this is what we call version 12C. What do you mean you didn't see anything? If you were looking at my stream, you would see it.
No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see everything because I didn't see the STKP coming.
Okay, do me a favor. Press F5 on YouTube. Let it refresh the page, because it might be that you're way behind me now. Then I'll show you again.
Okay.
Tell me when you see STKP on my screen.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Yeah, see it.
Okay, top right hand corner, flight controls. Pre-file IVAO, click it. That's all.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem. Right, somebody's broadcasting on the frequency, guys. You must be careful with your push to talk. There it is again. Whoever's broadcasting, please don't do that. Tolka 810, ready for taxi, sir.
Okay, Tolka 810, QNH1031. Taxi, main apron, right on Foxtrot, right on Alpha, hold short, holding point Bravo, runway 03 left, and advise when ready for departure.
Taxi main apron, Foxtrot Alpha, holding point Bravo 43 left, and will advise ready for departure. Tolka 810. Why are we not moving? Oh, that's why. Doug is still connected.
And we're disconnected, so give me just a moment.
Oh, it's your fault. It's your fault.
Nico, I wonder if that broadcast is not a IVAO and Discord push to talk on the same button or something like that. It could be.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it's important to have separate buttons for it.
Absolutely. Come on.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Yeah, we're moving. Sky must just hurry up.
Hey Nico, I've got a strange thing here.
Yeah, tell me.
So I pre-filed IVAO. I pre-filed the route from STKP from IVAO. And it says route regular 3A, RAGUL. It's a totally different route. The route you're doing is from FAOR to FACT, aren't you?
Yes. Let me copy my route for you.
I know, but I just don't understand what happened here. I've got in STKP, it's got the route FAOR FACT. And I just said pre-file pre-file to IVAO, and I get a totally different route.
Okay, well, if you are on that page, you can obviously substitute it. Okay, so you can copy and paste it.
But have you had this before?
Negative, never. No, never.
Time is okay, information is okay, KLM 171, etc. But this is the second time I did it, but pre-filing from STKP is the first time, but
yeah.
This is strange.
Yeah, it's weird, never seen that. Just copy and paste the right route, that's all.
I'll do it again. See what happens.
Okay, LD, just give me a minute or three to get going.
I see you moving.
Yeah, sorry, too many things to do at once.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm enjoying the South African landscape.
Yeah. Okay, so LD, the issue is this. We made a deal with IVAO. Okay, Owen. We made a deal with IVAO to assist us with getting new users into using air traffic controllers, right, ATC as such. We then started using FS Cloud to get the guys excited about multiplayer, and now this is the next step to get them into ATC. So what we have from IVAO in South Africa is special training facilities. We have created a safe space with them where nobody's going to bite anybody, nobody's going to fight, and the guys are going to show extraordinary patience towards the members to give them that safe space where they don't feel threatened or challenged or whatever the nice English word would be, to just make them feel comfortable to come and give it a try. There are a lot of guys even with PPLs who are you know, finding it easy to join an online network and then come and enjoy it. They need a facility, and this is it. So once we're done with all the training and the guys see the benefits that there are and they feel comfortable using online, I mean, it's going to be their choice whether they stay at IVAO or go back to VATSIM or try VATSIM for that matter. Okay, but at the end of the day, I still have VATSIM. I will still use VATSIM from time to time, but this is all in all a training drive, and VATSIM didn't offer us or didn't give us the same facilities that we have here, you understand? So we have to go with the guys willing to give us the same. All right, Tango Whiskey, it's a matter of personal choice in my mind, and I'll tell you why I say so. IVAO.
Come here, 007, ready to go.
Give me a second.
Come here, 007, wind 3607 knots, runway 03 left, clear takeoff. After passing 6,500 feet, monitor Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight, cheerio.
Cleared for takeoff 03 left. After passing 6,000 feet, monitor Unicom for Come 007. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye now.
Alright, sorry. The guys obviously need to do their chats.
From Aeroservice 205.
Say again your call sign, last station.
Aeroservice 205 with you, Tambo Tower. Do you copy me?
I can copy you, sir. Just confirm your call sign for me slowly, please.
Right, he seems to have difficulty. Okay, I'm going to try speak in between, guys. So we'll give it a shot.
Sorry, sir. Aeroservice 205 with you. Do you copy now?
Yes, sir. I can copy you. Are you looking for your clearance?
Oh, perfect. Now, and we are ready to copy our clearance, Aeroservice 205.
Aeroservice 205, you are clear to Mauritius as filed off runway 03 left. You will comply with the Exobi 1 Alpha departure, initial climb flight level 90, squawk 2114.
Service 205 is cleared to Mauritius, runway news is 303 left, standard departure, copy 1 Alpha, initial climb to 9,000 feet, squawk 2114, Service 205.
Aeroservice 205, yes, that will be flight level 090, but apart from that, your retake is correct, and please report ready for pushback and start.
Roger, flight level 09er, and we report ready for push and start, Service 205.
Tower Tilka 810 ready for departure, runway 03 left.
Order.
Tango Whiskey, give me a chance. Once we're in the air and we go to Unicom, it's going to be a bit quieter.
810 behind the departing traffic, line up and wait behind.
Behind departing traffic, line up and wait behind Tilka 810. Fall over my tongue there.
Approaching 03 left.
Number Tower, Service 205, report ready for push and start.
Aeroservice 205, QNH 1030, push and start approved, facing south. Report ready for taxi.
QNH 101 and cleared for
push and start facing south. We report that ready to taxi air service 205.
Air service 205, just confirm that QNH 1030.
Confirm 1030 air service 205.
Okay, Toka 810, wind 020 at 10 knots, runway 03 left, clear takeoff, passing 6,500 feet, monitor Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight, cheerio.
Thank you for your service, sir. Cleared for takeoff, runway 03 left, passing 6,500 feet. We'll switch Unicom. We'll talk soon again. Bye-bye. Guys, just as a matter of interest, Zibo has just notified me that version 12 of the mod is now available, so you guys can go grab it. I didn't do anything, it just works. I'm not sure if there is a setting where you can switch them on or off. I honestly don't know. I just did a default install. Right, there we go. Command A.
Good day, FAOR Tower, Romeo Charlie Whiskey 129, request radio check, please.
Station, confirm your call sign, please.
Romeo Charlie Whiskey 129.
Romeo Charlie Whiskey 129, I read you 555.
Thank you very much.
Plug-in, drop down. Oh, okay, let's have a look, see. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Paul. What a star. Thank you, man. Right, and there's my prompt to go to Unicom. Let's get there. Okay, so to answer your question, Tango Whiskey, which one is better? I think it's a personal choice, number one. Number two, I can give you my opinion, but you're going to have to decide for yourself. Alright. The first network that I ever joined was IVAO, and I had great fun and all. And then what happened was, as things progressed, I moved to VATSIM, I became a staff member, you know, and things grew, and I really thought I was going places, and then all kinds of sad things happened, and I left. Now that was a blessing in disguise, because that's how I started getting involved with Zibo and this aircraft. So, not to detract from the story, coming back now, I have a couple of thousand hours on both IVAO as well as VATSIM. The big difference for me is this. IVAO is more structured, and it is more for mature users. VATSIM is, for me, a bit of a problem at this point in time because of lack of respect from controllers and general. It's a bit of a situation where I feel uncomfortable with it. Alright, doesn't mean I don't want to use it, doesn't mean I don't like the people, it just I got an itch and a scratch that didn't work well with each other in the last couple of weeks, literally. I think the fighting that is done on social media is more prevalent on VATSIM than it is on IVAO, which is one of the reasons I'm tired. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm sick and tired of asking people to play nice when there is a network where people are already playing nicer, and that's where IVAO comes into. IVAO, furthermore, now that's the emotional side, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. That's just my emotions, got nothing to do with you or anybody else, it's just emotions. When we look at the offer that's on the table and we go into sales talk, one of the things that kept me from enjoying IVAO was the fact that we were bound to TeamSpeak 2 for voice communications, and that was kind of, you know, not where I wanted to be. I like the idea of VATSIM with their audio codec that they are using with the new servers and the new voice system, and I knew that IVAO was going to do it at some point in time. I just didn't know when, and you can clearly hear this morning it's a different ball game all of a sudden.
Can you guys hear me?
Where are we supposed to hear you, Quintus?
No, it just went completely deaf, silent, and I couldn't hear anything. Are you taxiing again?
Negative. I'm in the air. I'm behind you.
Oh, okay. I think my YouTube froze or something.
Yeah, just F5 it. Anyway, so let me just mute them for a second and we don't get interrupted. Where was I now? We were talking about the sales side of things. Okay, so, IVAO, you can clearly hear the voice is now better. Alright, we don't need TeamSpeak 2 anymore. And that was like the catalyst. That was the thing that spurred me to reinvestigate IVAO, to come back and to come back with a big bang. Now, prior to that, we actually started talking, me and the guys started talking about doing something like this. I also had the same conversation with VATSIM. The guys at IVAO jumped at the opportunity to help me and my crew and my followers to actually get a safe space where the guys can come and train. So that's for me as a sales point. The fact that these guys are willing and able and have actually clearly demonstrated today already that they put their money where their mouths are, you know, changed everything for me and my people. The fact that we didn't have to wait months for something to happen, really, you know, that also counted in an advantage. Then the other thing that is different about IVAO and VATSIM is on IVAO you actually have tours. Max Hayes, you can't use Xvision in the old format on Vulkan at all. It's not compatible. The Xvision that you can get that's Vulkan compatible does not work with the shaders. There's a whole bunch of things it simply cannot do. So I actually canned it completely. Right, so nothing we can do about that. That's just between them and Laminar Research now. No add-on that works with shaders is going to work with Vulkan. Alright, so coming back to IVAO, there is a structure in IVAO where they've got all kinds of tours. You can do a world tour. It's the World IFR tour. So it's like they give you assignments and you go and fly these tours. If you are into Formula 1, these guys have got a Formula 1 tour, so you can pretend to fly the Formula 1 cars from the one, you know, event to the next event. Once you are done with these tours, and by the way, there are plenty. Each country has got its own IFR and VFR tours. Then you've got the global tours and so on. They actually present you with a little badge of some sort, you know, as a little certificate basically stating you've completed that task. Alright, so it's not like a virtual airline where you fly routes as such and you get ranks. This is just about, you know, building your own little Christmas tree with all your own little badges and things. So they give you the opportunity to keep busy, to become part of, you know, a structured, sorry, my phone, to become part of a structured event system that you don't have on VATSIM. VATSIM has also got events, but nobody's ever earned a badge because they flew an event that I know of, you know. So as silly as that might seem, that is something that some people like. Some people want to get some recognition for what they do, and these guys give that. And so it's an intensely personal thing, like you can hear. It's absolutely about your experience, your expectation, what you really want to get out of it. In terms of network, it's much of a muchness, you know. I mean, it's another network, it's another client, you know, they look different, but they give you the same results. LD, no, I haven't really. Today is like a bit of a introduction video, but I haven't made a specific video taking people through the steps of joining. If you rewind to the beginning of this video, there is where I showed the website where you can register. It's a straightforward process. It takes you a minute to register and to get your IDs. Then you just need to download the software. One of the nice things about this software, okay, is it already contains the installation for all the XCSLs that you're going to need. So where VATSIM has got, let's say, XPilot or Swift, and then you have to go and get the CSLs yourself and marry them yourself and, you know, do all these things, and there's this very big manual process to go through. This is an EXE that you download. You double click the EXE, you run it, it installs the CSLs, everything for you, sets up everything. You literally just put in your username and your password and you're good to go. Alright, so all of that comes just from registering. They tell you exactly what to do. There is no real prerequisites. I think you need to have an email address. That's about it. That's your prerequisite, and there's obviously the age limit. I think it's you have to be 16 years old to join or something to that effect. I can't remember the exact rule, but it's there and it goes, you know. And just like VATSIM, they've also got their maps. They've all got all their stories, and if you're using STKP, it's going to be similar. You'll see the traffic and you'll see the, let me show you, you'll see the traffic, you'll see the ATC and everything. Let's just update now, sorry guys. So to make a long story short, let me end this discussion. I'll obviously respond if you ask me more questions, but for me it's much of a muchness. Alright, whether I go and I activate the VATSIM stuff, let me just make it smaller. Whether I go and activate VATSIM or IVAO, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get the same kind of service, and if I can make a suggestion, let me just see, where is this thing? Follow me to switch it off. If I can make a suggestion, is if you are able, get both, you know, play with both, and then you keep the one you like the most. I think that's a nice way of handling the situation. I don't understand why it takes so long to actually just refresh. Alright, so all the blue aircraft are the Sim Toolkit Pro guys. We can actually switch them off for now. And then all the red aircraft, they are the IVAO guys. You can obviously change the color in between there. You can see everybody. There's the guy going to Mauritius still. So yeah, that's my advice. Get both networks. Play with both of them. See which one you like most and stay with that one. What you will also find, which I have also experienced, is maybe on a Sunday the one network is very active, and on a Saturday the other network is active. Maybe on the one day the whole of the US is covered, while the other network covers the whole of Europe, and then they change around, you know. So if you have both networks, you'll get much better coverage of ATC, if that's the thing that you're really after. I hope that makes sense. How are you guys doing? Are you alright here on Discord? I still connected to Discord? Why are you guys not? Oh, a lot of guys have muted themselves.
This year, normally what happens is the moment you come into an area or into a center or approach area, and they will give you they will confirm the arrival runway immediately. And then sometimes if the winds change, it is different to what you have on your FMC, then you just reprogram it with the correct star that they will give you.
Right, so it doesn't matter if you've followed your flight plan, they just change it anyway to suit.
Yeah, so what I normally do is I will file it from start to finish with the SIDs and the stars, and then the SID after I've gotten the clearance from ATC, and then en route I will just be very careful or very conscious of the fact that, you know, when there is a frequency change to the arrival center or the approach, you know, just make sure you get you confirm the arrival runway, and then that should give you enough time to quickly reprogram your FMC.
Okay, thanks, Quintus.
Can you have a look on my stream quickly? I want to show you something. Tell me when you're ready.
Also, sorry, what you also can do is on Ivaya WebEye, when you, I think this is what Nico is actually going to show now, but when the ATC logs in, they will say on their in their area what the arrival runway is, so you can just check it there. But I think that's what Nico is going to show you now.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, so if you look at my screen, tell me when you see the client on my screen.
Yes, I can see it.
Alright, okay, so at the bottom there is D8s, do you see that?
Yes.
Okay, now if you follow my Zibo training checklist, you'll see that when you are in your cruise phase, there is what we call a descent preparation that you need to do in a descent checklist. Right? One of the things is you need to check the ATIS. So you're going to click the button. Okay, at this point in time it's only FAOR, that's the only ATC that we have. Alright, and here it clearly shows you the departure runway and all. Okay, so what will happen is, as Quintus said, as you get handed from the one controller to the other, the moment you get to the approach controller on the other side, he will have the information that you need. He'll tell you which runway to expect. He'll tell you the star to expect. All right. Your ATIS list, you can clearly see it reads it off your flight plan. Now in Cape Town there is no ATC station, so you can't get ATIS. ATIS is specifically linked to an air traffic controller, but that is why we use the .metar command. So I'm going to type a dot, then the word metar, then we say fact, and there you can see that's the ICAO for the airport, and there it tells you the weather information. So if you look at that wind condition over there, you can also then determine what runway to use according to the wind. Alright, so this is two options already, and then option number 3, this is where the Ivaya WebEye comes into. So if you find the ATC and you click on it, alright, it shows you there the call sign, it gives you the frequency, it tells you how long the guy has been on, and there's his ATIS as well. You see, so there are different places where you can get this, but you need to check ATIS. Whether it's going to be a tower or an approach or whatever, ATIS is something that you check during your descent preparation, and you start your descent preparation 100 nautical miles before top of descent. I hope that helps.
Yeah, well, I understood all that, but what my question was to start with is, when you file the flight plan, you've selected a runway and a SID.
Yes.
But if due the winds change or something, an ATC change that runway, do they tell you this when you contact them?
it will be the approach controller that's going to advise you. But this is why I purposefully state, and it's part of the checklist, and this is how it's done in real world. The guys always start their checks during the descent preparation. You understand? Because while you are sitting on flight level 320 like we are doing now, it gets extremely boring. Okay, if you're going to fly this route, I mean, it's an hour and a half, you're in the air doing almost nothing except scan the instruments. This is the ideal time to preempt everything. So if there is an ATC, it's easy enough to check the ATIS, and it's easy enough to get the weather. So by the time you get to approach, the only reason that they will change from your planning that you did already in your descent preparation is very severe winds, very severe winds, because the guys usually in real world, they don't change a runway like the guys do online. In the real world, they use 10 knots as a differentiator, and unless that wind changes by more than 10 knots and becomes dangerous, they're not going to just change a runway. It's just doesn't work that way. One of the real world airports that actually does it is like London Heathrow, because they have what is called, and they publish this, it's called runway alternation. So during the morning and the afternoon they have different runways, or there's a criteria that they use to switch them around, but also that is pre-plannable. Okay, so again, just to make it easy, if you do your planning right during your descent planning in the cruise phase, chances are 99% they won't change it just to be funny. It's got to be really a bad wind situation before they'll change it.
Okay, thanks, Nico. I normally use ASXP to check the wind anyway, so that's what I normally do.
Awesome. As far as I know, this reads the weather from the X-plane, and X-plane gets its weather from my ASXP, so it's going to be the same thing. Okay.
Yep. Okay, thanks, Nico.
Pleasure. Right, okay, back to the stream here, guys. Terry Campbell, I have absolutely no idea, but I want to tell you something. It's funny. There are a couple of Australians on IVAO, and they love controlling the UK and the US. And
Nico, we're on runway 01, aren't we?
Yes, Quintus.
Okay, cool. Just confirming.
Anyway, so what I found is I've flown all over America and all over, the US and all over the UK, and every now and then you get those Aussies, man, they love being ATC and they love showing their skills there, and it's fun. You start to get to know the people and so on, but keep your eye on the Ivaya WebEye, Terry, and then you'll see where the guys move around and so on. Also remember, time of day is very important. The Australians are going into their night time. I mean, the one guy just said to me here on Discord, he's coming back, he's going to have dinner, it's late for them already. So it all depends on the time of day, things like that as well, when the guys are active, and then you'll all obviously find weekends are more active than not. But if you've got both networks, it actually makes it fun, because you can really jump between them and make it more fun for yourself. Or if you want to do a group flight and you want to avoid ATC, you use the other network, another way of doing it. Good morning, Captain Rick. Venustus, yeah, thank you. Glad you like it. Right, so I have orthos. I know I've got a couple of broken tiles. I do apologize beforehand already, but I've got orthos all the way for the whole 650 nautical miles. For those of you who know the area, this is the Vaal River here. Actually, just check on the map where we are. It looks kind of like we're in the Orange Free State now. Yeah, this is the Orange Free State. So we are almost a beam welcome where Johan stays. Johan didn't have a good night. Him and me were talking the wee hours of this morning. So Johan, I'm not sure if you are here, but we're almost next to welcome, buddy. Whipstad is just on the right hand side next to us, and welcome should be somewhere there. Terry, that's a good one. Yeah, you can't have too much ATC. One of my problems, guys, again, practically a Nico problem, is there are certain times of the day when it gets late, obviously, and the kids want to sleep, and the wife wants to go to bed and sleep, and you know, and the problem is then my voice. So when I fly online, I find it very difficult to speak to ATC because everybody wants to sleep, and I'm still awake. And then sometimes I fly online somewhere where there isn't ATC. Just a practical thing. How are you guys doing here on Discord? Are you okay?
Oh yes, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting there, Nico.
Good.
I'm busy trying to fly this.
Hello, Captain Pepka. Ruan, I'll have a look at it now. I haven't done it in a while.
Check, please.
I haven't done it in a while. I remember the old way of doing it.
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to fly with ATC. It was going well. Unfortunately, I fell at the submitting the flight plan. I'm doing something wrong in there, and I couldn't file it. It must be basic, but for whatever reason, so I've got to sort that out.
You know, I hear you, Reggie, but I don't hear anybody else.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
They are. They're all concentrating.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, roger that.
Yeah, I roger that too.
Thanks for your reply. Yes, I was quite calm as well, and going well. But then I couldn't submit the flight plan. But that's the trial.
Yeah, it's that's why I encourage you guys to do the flight plan from STKP. Let it export it. So once it's done in STKP, you'll be okay.
Yeah, it said it was filed, but I must have done something wrong in that process. But never mind, I'll sort it. I felt quite comfortable there. The guy was very good, actually. He was clear, and so I'm more prepared now. Simple. Might retry. I'll have a quick go.
Okay, Ruan, I managed to figure it out. I obviously am not that familiar with this client yet, but I figured it out. Quintus, did you receive my private message?
Let me check.
Okay, so, give me a second before you respond. Alright, so what you do is .chat, put in the call sign. Hello.
I did not actually.
Alright, okay, now I'm gonna try again.
On Discord?
No, private message in IVAP. Or this IVAO client, sorry, this altitude.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so it opens up a message box for me, and you can actually see this is now a private message system, so we can now chat privately with each other without anybody seeing the text. Can you see it in altitude? Well, you're not using altitude. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. There's the message.
Gotcha.
Donkey. Alright, so that's how you do it. Again, to recap, it's just .chat space, the call sign of the other person, space, the message. And that opens up your messages. And then you have a drop-down list here, and you can select between them and continue your chat as you fly. Hope that helps, Ruan and the other guys. And the other thing that I just want to bring under your attention is there is Quintus. There is just almost 20,000, 20 kilometers, 20 knots, 20 miles. What am I talking? Falling over my own tongue here. He's almost 20 miles in front of me.
Sorted out on IVAO?
Yeah, Joe, what we got is a little program that is called Joy to Key. And it basically interfaces between my honeycomb yoke and the client, and it's easy enough to set up. It takes 10 seconds to set up, and then it works.
The SciTech yoke has also got a little program created by. Say again, Nico.
Hold on, Quintus is talking.
I just wanted to say, if you've got a SciTech yoke, there's also a little SciTech application that you can download that assigns your button to your keyboard.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I used to do that when I still had the side tech yoke. It's all part of the software you get with the side tech yoke. You just assign a button. Erwin, what are you looking for?
Setting up the push to talk button.
All right. The program I use is a little program. Let me bring it up on screen here. This is what it looks like. It's Joy to Key version 6.5.
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah. And all you do is...
solved.
Yeah, I created a little shortcut for button 1 to press the right control button, which is my push to talk. That's just a message system making a noise. Alright, so I see there are a daft tile or two here on the route, so you can see there. I'm busy recreating all the tiles. Hopefully that will go away in a new batch. But it is what it is for now. I'm just gonna take it as it comes. Right, how far are we? We are 372 nautical miles from top of DC. Guys, so if you have any questions, comments or suggestions, I suggest you use the time now to ask more or say more, because we've got time to kill. Okay, while we're sitting here, let me talk to you about the rest of this thing. We obviously didn't really use the departure now. We had a lot of the things filled in. I see it's lost the SID, it's not important. En route, I personally am not fond of the idea of spamming the airways every time you change from the one waypoint to another. So I'm not really fond of this en route thing, but on the arrival side this becomes, you know, quite important and interesting again. So we'll quickly fill in a couple of the blanks and things in here. As far as I know, flight level 075 is the transition. We've got ERDAS, we've got the runways. Right, so depending on the phase of the flight that we are in, it will obviously not change all of this for us. So instead of you having to type it all, which is a legal requirement of any network, not that many people care about it, unfortunately. But there you go. it's as easy as clicking send when you are at your top of descent. So it gives all the relevant information, your runway, your actual arrival, your flight level that you're going to leave. When you get on the descent, you can make another call. What you will also see in any of these screens is that flight level will change automatically as you descend, so it will always be where you really are. Right, there's the approach phase, there's final, so it tells the guys that you're established on the runway 01 on the ILS, and you can then also say if you're on short final going missed. A couple of nice items here that you can play with. Tim, the default scenery is not bad, I must be honest. It's really not bad. Obviously you need to use a bit of your imagination, but the scenery down in Cape Town is much more beautiful, much nicer than in Johannesburg. Johannesburg is flat, with very little mountains. There's like ridges, but not really mountains. Whereas in Cape Town area, you've got mountains going up to 8,500, 9,000 feet. So it's much prettier there, to be honest. But select FACT, go for a circuit. Just go fly a circuit or two, go have a look at the Table Mountain, Cape Town Harbour, the areas around there, the mountains. It's not bad at all.
Thousand to go.
The wind is bouncing us a bit here. Awesome, awesome, Tim. Really sad we have that, but anyway. So for your information, that's the actual route, so that's what remains, all of this. Slowly but surely we're getting there.
This AU button on the client is very interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, Christer.
Yeah, me too. I'm starting to get used to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that AU utility is really good. For me, that's the best part of the whole little app.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Aviator, are you referring to those boxes there on the ACAS, those ones? Oh, yeah. No, they only changed the way they look. They are always there. That's your engine starter cutout warnings and stuff that's there. Max NG just changed the look and feel of it, so that's why you might have only noticed it now. But you'll see during startup your starter cutout and all those warnings things are in there. It's all related to the engine. So if you've got an engine failure and stuff, you know, so it will be displayed there. All kinds of weird things will happen there. Okay, guys, Cape Town Center is alive. And that's the boss. That is the actual boss. 125.1. Cape Town Center, good morning. Tulka 810, flight level 320, inbound Econom.
Good evening. Good day. Inbound flight level 320. ERDAS 1 Alpha, Bravo runway 01. Report top of descent.
Thank you, sir. We've got ERDAS 1 Alpha arrival on runway 01 and we'll report top of descent, Tulka 810.
Cape Town Control, good afternoon. Comair 007 at flight level 320 en route Econom with you.
Good evening. Cleared inbound flight level 320. ERDAS 1 Alpha runway 01. Report top of descent.
ERDAS Alpha 01. Arrival for runway 01 in Cape Town for Comair 007 will report ready wind at top of descent.
Okay, on 0 report Mach speed.
Please repeat, was that for Tulka 810?
Okay, 810 report Mach speed.
Mach 0.778, sir.
510, reduce now decimal Mach 76, traffic signal.
I will reduce to Mach 76, Volk 810. Blogger man, are you here?
Yes, Nico.
Right, so I'm not sure if you're actually listening to the YouTube channel, but the moment we made contact with the controller now at center, he's the only one online. The moment I made contact, he immediately informed us what runway and what arrival to use. So I just wanted to mention to you, that it does really happen.
Yes, I did hear that. Thanks, Nico.
Break 10, reduce speed now, decimal 75, traffic signal.
You know what? I got so busy here chatting on the other side. I never reduced my speed. Captain Center, I'm reducing to 75 now, Tulka 810.
Okay, 810.
LD, you press speed intervention there on the side, and then it will open the speed for you, and you simply move it. Right, we have 231 nautical miles for top-off descent. Guys, just as a reminder, you can grab the released version of the aircraft I'm flying now. Version 12 has been released this morning. So while you're sitting waiting, you might consider grabbing your copy. Sorry about the disconnect, guys. I didn't realize. Sorry. Thanks for actually telling me.
Appreciate it. I tried about a dozen times.
Yeah, no, I got a message now from Christer, and I look up and I say I'm not there. I'm looking at everybody, but I'm totally blind and oblivious to the fact that my icon and my name isn't in the group. Sorry, guys. What's up?
Nico, please, apologies for the net following. This morning I created a flight in Simbrief. I also created for IVAO, and I've gone into SimToolkit Pro and installed it, or so I thought, into IVAO. It's saying it was exported correctly, but it's not showing up in the plugin.
Are you using the same call sign, Uncle John?
Did you get that?
Yeah, and now I forget to press my button. Are you using the same call sign?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll run through the process with you on screen again. Can you see my screen?
I'm watching the stream.
Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my STKP up on the screen.
Apologies for this.
Uncle John, that's why we are here. We're here to help you guys learn. Even if you have to do it a dozen times, don't apologize. Don't worry about it. Alright, so the screen that you see currently, is this familiar to you where you've got your flight summary? This is now after you've done the whole setup and you are ready to fly. You are familiar with the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
I'm also... Continue.
Right, so I'm just going to minimize it. Do you see here at the top right, it says flight controls. Do you see that? There.
Bear in mind there's a delay.
Yeah. Tell me when you see it.
Yep, and I've gone to there, and I've opened there, and I've gone to the export to IVAO.
The pre-file IVAO. Okay, hold on. So it brings this up for you. Do you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then where do you get stuck? Because this is now where you file it. This should be exactly what STKP has put in here. And all you need to do is make sure your departure time is correct. You need to make sure that your aircraft identification is correct, because you need to connect with that detail. And then you click submit flight plan. That's all you do.
Correct, I've done that. And it even says it's been exported correctly, but when I open the plugin, it says no flight plan.
That's because the call sign is wrong, John.
Yeah, that's all it can be. It's
Okay,
because...
thank you, gents. Appreciate it.
Okay, just go check and let me know, because you got me worried. I'll rather log in and help you with it if I have to.
Okay, thanks.
So I already mentioned it once, and this is not specifically just for Uncle John, this is for all you guys. don't be scared to ask 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 times the same thing. The purpose of us being here is to teach you. And unless you comprehend what we're telling you, unless you get the knowledge into you, you're going to suffer. So don't suffer in silence, please. Ask. Make us do things over and over until you get it.
I'm suffering.
Okay, tell me.
Off from FAOR, all went well. And I'm en route. I'm on 6,800. And on my altitude, I put in 11,400, but it doesn't go up.
Press altitude intervention.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so if you press altitude intervention, it should climb.
Yeah, it's soft.
Okay. Alright, cool. But that's why you have to ask. Your mic is just very soft. I'm really struggling to hear you, by the way.
I'll check
Yeah.
what it is.
That's better. You did something now.
So did John.
I'm working through it, Kevin. I'm just rerunning back through SimBrief initially. Make sure my call sign is correct in there, which it is. I'm just about to export it again because I've deleted the flight plans and I now need to re-download them.
Okay. If you get stuck, we can go to another room if you want, John. Go through.
You're a diamond. And it is to IVAO/IVAP.
Negative. No. I never showed you to do that. I showed you specifically.
Well, okay, we'll repeat it then.
Okay.
In SimBrief, which one do I export?
No, you don't go to SimBrief. Forget SimBrief. SimBrief doesn't exist in your life. You do it from STKP.
I'm creating the flight. I need to create the flight first, and I create it within SimBrief.
Yeah. So then you go to Sim Toolkit Pro and you import it there, don't you? Or don't you use that facility in STK?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not used to that. I export it from SimBrief and put it into my flight plan.
Okay, no. Then you have to scroll to the very bottom of the page. There is a facility called pre-file on IVAO. You don't export anything for IVAO. You pre-file for IVAO.
That was the stumbling block. Apologies.
Yeah. Well, that's why you ask.
Denton Young is controlling the airspace in your area, Nico.
Yeah, I'm speaking to him. Or I have. And he's also watching the stream. So he knows where we're at.
Young has a lot of division awards.
Well, he is the executive director of IVAO. He's the boss. So I suppose he should have.
Okay. It's full of plaatjes.
Yes. Yeah.
What is his name? The executive director.
Denton Young.
Denton Young. If you hear this, I would like to thank you very much for helping Nico setting this up. It helps us a lot.
This is my second flight. First mentioned that Rotterdam, 50 miles.
Owen, Mike.
Still my mic?
No, now it's okay.
My second IVAO flight, and it feels more confident than the first one.
Good. There you go, Christer. He's answered you. He heard you.
Denton Young, on behalf of the Netherlands as well, thank you very much.
If we're gonna go global, then the UK as well, I guess.
We already made arrangements for the UK. That will be our next stop. Okay. I've spoken to Gary, and he's quite keen on helping you guys as well.
Ah, okay, great. There's someone who controls most Saturdays, Fabio. He's really patient and good, really good to help through the processes.
Thank you, Rule. That is also true, but Uncle John just needed the correct direction. I'll ask Gary. Maybe we can contact that guy you just mentioned as well. I mean, Denton would also know him. You know, we can do a group thing there at some point in time too. I just want you guys to get familiar with it. You know, come fly in South Africa until you're okay, because this is the initial agreement, right? I mean, it might get boring after 20 flights, but just do it until you're confident. Then we move on to the UK, and then we see where we go to from there, guys.
Yeah, no, that's a very good idea. Very, very good idea.
Yeah.
Kevin,
John.
take me out somewhere, please.
Roger that.
Good luck, guys.
Let's go to the normal FAO and Zibo mod group.
Thank you.
I must say the IVAO pilot client, the program, that also works very intuitively. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit.
And it's nice that the ATC can type his messages as well.
Yeah.
So the readback is easier.
Yeah, much. What you will also find is Amsterdam, EM, is one of their flagships. Now, being Dutch, and us coming here from old, Dutch heritage, it's one of the best places to fly into and out to on IVAO. I tell you, we have had fun at Amsterdam like you cannot believe. It's difficult to explain. It was just, that's one of the nice things about IVAO for me, is Amsterdam.
Yeah, I know. In the meantime, yeah, I've got a lot of help from them as well.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with that, Nico. Amsterdam is top of the range.
Yeah, there's some South African guys controlling there in the Netherlands as well, helping out. What's that Westhuizen guy's name? I can't remember.
Bertus Westhuizen, yeah.
He's there. Loves controlling there.
What's his name?
Bertus Westhuizen.
Can you type his name for me? Here.
Will do. I've sent you a message.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, got it.
It's nice when you can throw in a native tongue word, you know.
Yeah. Balloon me swamp, Nico.
Yeah.
Morning, Nico. I'm not flying with you today, but I'm watching the stream. When you set up your IVAO flight, there's an endurance figure you have to put in. I noticed yours is 0438. How do you come by that figure?
I'll tell you now. Look at my screen. Tell me when you see my STK.
And I was going up to your screen. I've lost your screen, I'm afraid.
Just above our heads, go to Skymatics Info and just click on the YouTube link there in Skymatics Info. It's 2-3 rooms above our heads here.
Well, I'm just going through the advert.
Okay. Yeah, I've got to make money somehow, you know.
That's alright. Right, I've got your screen up.
Alright, okay. So this is the OFP on the right hand side. There's the value. So the minimum takeoff fuel gives you that amount, and that is the value of time that amount of fuel will
right,
give you.
I've got it.
Okay, what I want you to do is if you go into my OneDrive and you go to Explain11 and the Zibo mod folder. I'm just going there myself quickly. You will see in the Zibo mod folder there is a folder called OFP Explained. If you go in there, download the PDF, put your mouse on each of the values, it will give you an explanation. I made a whole elaborate description of what everything is and how and what they do and where they fit in.
Yeah, well, thanks for that, Nick. I mean, I've flied a couple of times with IVAO, but I've never been sure what that figure was, so I'll just make one up normally.
No worries.
Okay, enjoy your flight.
Aviator, I'm reading through the comments. Sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I completely
Okay, you've
missed.
gone through the Ivaya WebEye, right?
Yeah, it's open, yeah.
Have you gone through the friends part where you can actually add people as friends, and then when you connect to it, then you can immediately see who's controlling where and who's flying where?
In actual fact, not. Let me log in there.
That's a really, well, for me, it's a really nice little, small little feature.
Oh, I bet. I didn't know it existed, to be quite honest. How do you add a friend then? Because I'm logged in now.
So you go to, you have, unfortunately, you have to know the friend's ID number, so the 373 or whatever it is, but that's also for data protection and all that stuff. But if you know the friend, the ID number, you add it there as a friend, and the moment you log in, you will immediately see them online, whether they're controlling or flying or whatever.
Okay, I've got it. Okay, thank you. So, about this squalls thing, I think that can do a bit of it can.
I just added you, Nico, as a friend.
Thank you very much, guys. Give me a second. I just want to talk to the guys on stream quickly. Hold on. I think the squelch can be tuned a little bit, but remember, this is brand new. This codec has been running for a week, and with Denton listening and so on, he's obviously aware of it. I think the squelch can be changed a little bit, but again, that's for the IVAO people to decide how they're going to do that. So, Aviator, sorry, I see I had to ask twice because I completely missed that. Too many things happening at one time. Sorry, apologies. Well, there you go. I've got Quintus in. Let me find the other guys, then I'll add you one by one. This is cool. Wow. I didn't know it existed like this. I always just look at the map and just go on.
Yeah, I've got you and Arno and Bertus. I think that's the only ones. Maybe if everybody wants to post their ID numbers, then we can just add them.
Yeah, but don't put it on the stream, guys. Put it here in Discord. Let's just keep it safe. We don't want it floating.
Agreed.
Crester, I've added you as well, my friend.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're very kind. That means I can't do any mistakes now anymore. You're following me all the time.
No, I don't have time to do that. I cannot micromanage. You're safe.
I'm safe. Yeah, thank you very much. I have a question, Nico.
Yeah.
I can see on the map there is a controller coming up, and I wonder, do they contact you first or the other way around?
That is Denton, and he actually contacted me while I was still way out of his airspace.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what I have to expect. It's on me, or I'll just wait.
I think let them contact you. If they want you to speak to them, they'll shout at you very quickly. Don't worry. You'll see an orange message pop up in your IVAO client, and you'll see a red message pop up at the bottom on the client to tell you that you need to pay attention.
Okay, thank you very much.
So when you get to busy airspaces, normally what would happen is if you
The guys in Amsterdam told me to contact ATC when coming into that area.
That's it,
Nico.
Yeah, I think it's just good manners to contact the
they call
go-ahead.
it good manners.
Yeah. But in this instance, he was, I mean, I was miles out and he already contacted me. He's obviously, you know, trying to help us. So thank you for that, Denton. But yeah, I think just good manners is contact the guy before you get somewhere close to his airspace.
Yeah, I can see you two are in the controlled airspace, but I'm not. I'm coming up soon.
Well, you can tune his frequency so long. So what you do is on the client, you click on COM1, and then you'll see the frequency in the list. You just click on it, and then you tune already, you know, and you're ready for it.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Captain, Comair 007, ready to descend.
Comair 007, descend flight level 160.
Hey Nico, is it allowed to use that?
Descend flight level 160, Comair 007.
No, not
when
at all.
Flying IVAO?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, that's not even allowed in the VA.
Yeah. Right, gentlemen, for those of you that have not been with me on the latest couple of test flights for Zibo, please pay attention. You need to put the QNH in as of version 12. It is very important. You can get away without it, but it will not give you as perfect and as expected VNAV path. So it's very important, and because I have the correct information on the ISO deviation from Sim Toolkit Pro, I am also going to input that. So we're going to put 9 / our QNH 1011. This is becoming more and more important than ever before to actually get the proper VNAV profile going. So please remember that. Another thing that a lot of flight simmers also neglect to do is to put in the correct transition level. So it's supposed to be 7.5. It was 8,000 at Joburg, so we're going to put 0.75 for us over here. And because this is sim brief, we are going to use flight level 200, 150 and 100. So what I want to do is just minimize this, and then we'll go over here so we can have it all on one screen. So we're going to use 200, 150 for 15,000 feet, and then 1,000 feet, that's 100. Alright, so then it will be 311. This is not as imperative, but the QNH guys, please, you're going to have to start getting in the habit of using that. 68 knots, and then we have 317 at 55 knots, and then we have 315 at 39 knots. Alright, so there we go, we've executed that. We are done with this page. Captain Center Tolka 810.
310, go ahead.
So we request descent now. We are 50 nautical miles from top of descent, but I would like to test the Zibo mod if you do not mind. We'll be doing 1,000 feet descent on descent now, FMCV nav.
810, noted. When ready, descend flight level 180.
180, Tolka 810. Hey Arno, ja man, lekker, en almal het jou gehoor vanoggend. Dankie vir jou diens daarso by die toring. Nice om jou hierso te sien. Ons het lekker pret hierso, ja. Right, so just for Zibo, there you go sir. I've done the descent now as you requested. We're going down at 1,000 and we have the VNAV path. We are busy calculating. That should catch up a little later. Descending flight level 180. So this can be one of our tests while we are busy flying, why not? Aviator, what I need you to do is to, thanks Reinhard, is to hang tight. Let me see what we can organize for you. Can you perhaps join us on Discord, because it's going to be way easier to just sort out your problem this way. I mean, Denton is busy controlling, and I don't know who else will be available to sort it out for you. But I mean, he's like the best person to talk to right now. So if it's at all possible to join us on Discord, please do so. Even you don't have to talk to us; you can use text even. But it's easier to work behind the scenes than on the stream, if you don't mind.
Seven, descend flight level 90, no speed restrictions.
Comair 007, can you just repeat that last transmission, please?
Comair 007, descend flight level 90, no speed restrictions.
Descend flight level 90, no speed restrictions for Comair 007.
Blogger man, I muted my mic for the simple reason that I'm quickly having a bit of a toast bread. I don't know what you're going to call it, slices of toast bread. It's on the charts. So if you go to your ILS there, it says transition altitude 7,500. So you just look at your, it's typically on your approach chart. Right there, 7,500.
Nico, I've got a question.
Yes, Owen.
I'm in the plane and I don't really know what I did wrong, but my flaps are still on 1 and I can't get them down to 0.
Oh no, then you broke them. Okay, what you need to do is go to the top in your menu, go to flight and flight configuration.
Yeah.
And then go to custom in your aircraft, go to the custom, then go to failures and just reset your failures and then resume your flight. Just don't start a new flight. You've got to be very careful where you press.
You mean fix all systems?
Yes.
I tried that. It stays on 1.
No, then you got me. Then you're going to have to slog through it, unfortunately.
Hopefully they will come down.
Yeah, there's no guarantee, unfortunately. But
no,
see what happens. Alright, Blogger man, did you hear me on stream? I answered you on stream. I forgot to press my button here. I can't hear you. I see your lights on, but you seem to be muted. I can't hear you at all, Blogger man. Ricky, I'm not sure if I said hello, but anyway, hello again if I did. Hey Christian, welcome.
This is a new release of the Zibo mod being released in public.
810, descend flight level 140.
Yes, version 12 has been released. Captain said the Tulka 81 is 0. Can we try and remain at 18,000 as the test, and then I'll advise you when I'm ready to descend?
Okay, 1 noted, descend flight level 180, report ready for further descent.
Thank you, sir. 180, and we'll report ready for further descent.
Nico.
810. Yes, sir.
Are you busy?
Kind of, but I can try help.
Very, very quickly, and there's other guys really need to be aware of this. When you, for me, a flight, let me get this right. Your flight number is completely different to your call sign, and I treat it as it being separate, where in effect they are one and the same. I think other people are going to have exactly the same trap. They're going to do a flight number and not realise that's going to be your call sign. So my flight plan never showed up.
Uncle John, in the real world, the chances of your call sign and your flight number being the same is almost 0. So this is a flight simmer issue that we need to discuss. In the real world, you will always use the ICAO number for your ATC side as your call sign, and you will use the IATA number, a very shortened number, that is your flight number. That is what the passenger sees on his ticket. A passenger and the IATA numbers stop at the counter. Everything behind the counter becomes ICAO. So I think what we need to do is you need to sit with me after the stream, that I can see the exact pitfall that you fell into, and then we'll advise the other guys, because the flight number and the call sign should be two different things.
Nico,
Doesn't work that way.
can I just explain what John's talking about?
Tell me.
In SimBrief, when you come to put in your flight plan, it asks for the airline code, which let's say is SAA, and it asks for the flight number. Then underneath, in the next section down, John has been filling in his call sign where it says ATC call sign. And the two then have a mismatch, which then means he can't put the flight plan into IVAO because that is seeing a mismatch.
Okay, I think I understand. So this is a SimBrief comprehension issue. All right. Okay, I understand, Uncle John. Let me just finish this test quickly and land, and then we can, I can do it on stream so everybody can see. Then we all learn together again. And just help the guys not to fall in the pitfall, and I thank you for it. But my hands are going to be full in the next couple of minutes now.
No problem. Thank you, Nico. I just thought it needed to be highlighted because I don't want other guys to fall into the same trap.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Uncle John. Okay. That was a great question.
Captain Center Tulka 810, we are ready for the next descent level.
810, descend flight level 120.
Descent flight level 120, Tulka 810.
And again, a million thanks for you, Kevin.
Pleasure, mate.
007, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1011, Comair 007.
Space 10, descend flight level 90.
Descending flight level 90 for Delta 810. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Sorry, I'm still busy eating my toast bread. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So 007, descend 5,000 feet.
Descend 5,000 feet, 007.
Assume you're going to remove the vector, are you, Nico?
ATC.
So
Sorry,
007, vectors ILS runway 01.
Uncle John, ATC will actually provide vectors for me.
Ah, okay.
Comair 007, can you just repeat that last transmission?
Comair 007, vectors ILS runway 01, turn left heading 190.
1,000 to go.
Victor's ILS runway 01, turn left heading 190 for Comair 007.
Uncle John, just to reinforce your statement about call sign, I think that was the mistake I was making, so I couldn't file.
Hence my comment with regards to I don't want anybody else to fall into the same trap.
Right. Well done.
As Nico clearly said, it's a sim brief issue, not an IVAO, but that's what we're working with.
Grade 10, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Yeah, it actually asks for the ATC call sign further down.
Please repeat for Delta 810.
As well as the flight number, and you would never think both of them should be the
7,000
same.
feet, QNH 1011.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely what I was doing.
7,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Comair 007, left heading 175, descend 3,000 feet.
Left heading 15, descend 3,000 feet for Comair 007.
I beg your pardon, guys. I forgot to mute the mic again.
Where 007, turn right heading 190.
Right heading 190 for Comair 007.
Really? I thought it was push to talk here.
810, descend 5,000.
It's push to talk. Now it's closed.
Oh, it must have been stuck. Okay, that's a blooming mower going next door.
Because 007, turn right heading 280 base.
Turn right heading 280 for 007.
Talker 810, descend 5,000 feet.
Descending 5,000 feet, Talker 810.
May 007, turn right heading 340, cleared out approach runway 01. Report established your number 1.
Turn right heading 340, ILS 01 report, and I'll report when established for 007.
01. 0101. Vir jou kyk, Quintus, gaan jy dit maak?
Behoort.
Ander knoppie.
Sorry.
Flight 10, descend 4,000 feet.
Descending 4,000 feet, Talker 810.
Comair 007, establish ILS runway 01.
Nico, I have a question.
Runway 01, surface wind 310 degrees at 40 knots, clear to land.
Yes, Christer.
In the P80s on the IVAO client, I can see on the fact that there is a transition level, flight level 090.
Okay, yeah, that's at the discretion of the ATC. Your transition flight level is always higher than the transition altitude.
510, vectors ILS runway 01, descend 3,000 feet.
Descending
Yes.
3,000 feet, Talker 810. Sorry, I'm also talking to ATC, Christer, stand by. Okay, so what basically happens...
510, right heading 20.
Okay, hold on. Right heading 20, 0 I presume. Repeat for Talker 810, sir.
200, Talker 810.
Christer, let me just quickly land, but basically what happens is anything above transition flight level is a flight level. Anything below transition flight level is an altitude, and that's all it is.
Yes. But I'm just wondering when exactly the controller is leaving me over to the tower or approach.
No, he'll tell you. I'll have to show you in a diagram better then, if you want to see specifics.
No, I'm just wondering, curious, if he's leaving me at the transition level or...
Negative.
Oh,
no, not at all. No, transition level's got nothing to do with that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Your tower controls the first 10 nautical mile radius around the airport. So beyond that is approach, and beyond him is center.
Sorry, 10, descent 3, down, right heading 280 back.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Right heading 280 for base, talk 810.
It's obviously based on different scenarios, whether it's procedural or
1,000 to go.
Yeah, that too. You see, another thing is tower is up to 2,000 or 2,500 feet above the ground. Above that is anyway, whether you're on top of the tower or not, is anyway is approach. Approach goes up to 14,500 feet, and then above that becomes center. So you've got to have the three-dimensional wedding cake in mind when you look at the airspaces.
Yeah, I understand now. Thank you very much.
Turn right heading 340, clear, ILS approach runway 01, port established, number 2.
Turn right at 340, clear to intercept the ILS for runway 01, and will report established till 810.
Vector.
Comair 007, runway vacated.
000, welcome to Cape Town. Taxi Echo to Gate of Choice. Thanks for your traffic today.
Right, feet on the pedals, here we go.
Comair 007, can you just repeat the taxi call, please?
Comair 007, taxi Echo to Gate of Choice. Thanks for your traffic, good day.
Taxi Echo, Gate of Choice for Comair 007, thank you.
Comair, I beg your pardon. Tolka 810 established on the ILS for runway 01. Oops.
810, runway 01, surface wind 310 degrees at 14 knots, clear to land.
Runway 01, clear to land, Tolka 810. Oops.
Have you in sight, Nico? Have a good one. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Approaching 01.
300, approaching minimums.
Streaming.
200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Come on.
Are you streaming ready?
Good.
Yeah, streaming Nico landing.
Yeah, this is going to be a very deep landing because my auto throttle got
Crabbing a bit.
stuck. That's a ridiculous landing. Fortunately, the runway is long.
Yeah, very nice, Nico.
Yeah, just very very deep because the auto throttle didn't disconnect, or I pressed it twice. I think that's what happened because in my mind it was off and then I saw it wasn't.
It's okay from where I was. Crabbing, is it? Crosswind is there?
Not much, but yeah, a little bit. Not much.
You managed to stop before the end, so it's okay.
Yeah, long runway. Thick air. Talk 810, runway vacated.
10, welcome to Cape Town. Taxi Alpha 2 cross 16, Alpha to Garage West. Thanks for traffic, good day.
Thank you, sir. Alpha 2 cross runway 16, Alpha 1 taxi to the stand of choice, Tolka 810. Yeah, I would have gone around in the real world, but you know what, we're just having fun now, so.
Approaching 16.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the little bit that you saw today. I mean, from now on, it's going to be hard work. You're going to have to get into it. You're going to work at it, and then you're going to make it your own, you know. But I hope you've got some value from today that you guys can do something with. Hello, Mercia. The group flight will be from 1500 Zulu onwards. That's 5 p.m. our local time. Right, if any of you guys need help...
So Nico, I don't need to tune in the landing site, the landing airport. I don't need to tune the frequency. It goes automatic, doesn't it?
No, I think you need to tune to it. Unless you spawn here, I don't know. But and unless it reads what is already in your radio, but I would rather just tune to it. Okay, guys.
I mean, on the IVAO pilot client altitude menu, I must push ATC or?
No, you press COM1 and then it gives you the list, and then you press the frequency you want.
Ah, okay.
Bruno, thank you very much. Let me just mute the guys on Discord, otherwise they're not going to let us finish. Gentlemen, if any of you want to join us, if any of you think that this is something you want to get involved with, okay, come to Discord. The link is in the notes below the video. Just come join us. Come talk to us. We are friendly guys. You should know by now. Somebody here will help you. I'm obviously going to have to help Uncle John now and Reggie and the guys who don't understand how it works. You know, so if you're in the same boat, come talk. Let's get you up and running and see how far we can get you for entering into this brave new world. You know. You guys are most welcome, and we'll obviously see you then. So you must enjoy it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Anything else I'm missing? Let me just quickly see. I don't want to just run away from you guys. Nope, that's about it. Right, we'll see you guys later on then. Thank you, Spooled Up. Have a great day, guys. Talk later. Bye-bye.